I've been involved in international development for more than 15 years, so working in East Africa and Latin America, and certainly in my own country, in Italy and in Europe, and also in the United States. And what I've seen is that international development has been evolving with still many expressions going on, with contradictions in many of them, you know, from international aid to something that is more for-profit oriented, like social enterprise, to something that NGOs have been engaged through projects like development projects, whether they are more participatory or sustainable, but still projects. Within this world, and what I see is that there is an important message that hasn't been sufficiently emphasized, and I think we as academic institution, we have the responsibility to highlight, and it has to do with capacity building. Most of the time in projects of this kind, especially at the financial development, we think about assets and we think about the presence of some kind of financial capital that helps to do projects at the community level, organizational level, etc. And that's fundamental. At the social level, at the NGO level, most of the times we focus on social capacity development, and that's also equally important. These two things have to go hand in hand, because unless we focus on the capacity not only of individuals and not only of organizations, but also at the state level of infrastructure and institutions, our work cannot be really sustainable, cannot be really impacting systemic situations. So these works that I've seen myself in my own professional career, and now somehow I exemplify in my work through the academic institution, really, if there is one word that synthesizes them, is really capacity development. That has to do with leadership capacity development of individuals, with community capacity development, as well as organizational and institutional. These four elements are important. And if you see the work that in the 70s we started in capacity development was really about individual capacity development. And that hasn't done much effect, because it was not integrated, as it was discovered in the 80s, on the organizational level. And in the 90s, the focus was on the institutional part. But in this 21st century, we cannot avoid the importance of implementing collaborative, intersectorial or cross-sectorial type of programs, because issues like water, issues like urban poverty and slums and other problems, or even violence, cannot be sufficiently addressed. And certainly, like the poverty situation, like it is addressed with the Millennium Development Goals and others, cannot be achieved unless we work collaboratively. That's why goal number 8 of the MDGs focus on collaboration, focuses on partnerships. This is an important mandate that I strongly believe academic institutions have a responsibility, but also the possibility to carry it on, not only in the education of future leaders, but also in the creation of that table of dialogue and engagement with various constituencies, with various stakeholders, so that we can make a true impact in society, both locally and worldwide.